Hello again. Today is now July 9th, 2025. I should be going to sleep, but I don't feel good that I do not talk about the other play members. So, as I talked about in my previous videos, I talked about what I like about Uno and Hamin together. Then I talked about Pambi and Hamin together. And I have to admit those three guys are my top favorites, and still I like all the play members. And so here is Noah and Yejun, and they are my bottom two out of my favorites. But keep in mind, I like all of them, so I hate saying I even have a bottom of who is at my bottom. No, I like all of them. I just like other members more than others. That's all it is. But I really like all the play members, and so to prove it, I want to talk about all of them. No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason I'm doing this video, but I personally just felt a little empty. It's like, oh, I don't talk about Yejun and Noah. Just doesn't make me feel good. And so this is my final video for today. I do need to go to sleep soon, but given Yejun and Noah are not in my top phase, I'm thinking I'm not gonna talk about them for a long time. I'm thinking, and so hopefully I can do this quickly. But I really do like them. They have their own charms that I really like. I just don't like them as much as Uno, Pambi, and Hamin, but I still like them. And so I have prepared here already the videos that I like that has the two of them. And so they have definitely done many videos of just the two of them, but personally for me, there's not a lot of their videos that I can say a lot about or that I really enjoy. I think they do just fine, but I think why they're not in my top faves compared to the other guys I like, I think just overall their personalities don't match with me. So like I've said that earlier in why I like Hamin and Bombi, they're my two favorites in Plave. I just really feel like their personalities really match with me, and I really like to see that in a guy, and they are just everything I like. And every person has their own personal preferences. And so this is just my personal preference. I really like the personalities of Hamin and Bombi the most. And so they are my top two. And Uno I would put as my number three. And then Noah and Yejun as my bottom two. And so which one I like more than the other, I don't know. It always flip-flops for me if I like Noah more or I like Yejun more. Just overall they do stay in my number 4 and 5 place. And so with Yejun and Noah, I still do like them. I think they're so hilarious. They're so talented. Except I just can tell that their personalities don't match with me. I can just tell, but I still do like them. I think we can be great buddies together, but what I really like in a guy's personality is that it's just not them, and that's all it is. That's all it is. But I do think we can be great friends. I do think so. And so when it comes to Yejun and Noah. And so what do I think about them two together? Well, the thing is, I do enjoy seeing a friendship knowing that they are the same age. So they are the only members in Plave who are the same age. And when it comes to Korean friendships, when you're the same age to someone, it totally changes how you are when you are with other people who are not the same age as you. It's so interesting that to have this in Korean culture, that it's just the way it is. While in other cultures it doesn't matter what age you are. I could be friends with someone who's 10 years older than me, 10 years younger than me, and I don't think much about it because I didn't grow up with that with treating people because of their ages. But then as I got more into my Korean culture and also living in Korea, I'm so hyper aware of how much age matters when you talk to people. And so I feel like I'm like a weird mix of like of like interacting with people who are where age doesn't matter, but then interacting with people where age matters. It's very interesting. And so anyways, here we are with
Plave, who are all Korean people. They are, even though their concept is aliens, but of course they're all native Koreans, and so they treat each other based on that Korean culture of the age, if you're older or younger. And so with them, Yejun and Noah, they are the same age. They totally act like it of being the same age friends, and so the way that they treat each other compared to how they treat the other members who are all younger than them, totally different. And so we sadly cannot see them interact with people who are older than them. Like we've seen them interact with guests who are older than them, but they are guests. They are not really like able to like interact with them as like very close, because they're in general a stranger. So like age doesn't really matter if you guys are not familiar with each other. And so I feel like we won't really get the chance to see them interact with anyone older than them, but regardless, I do find it interesting just to see how they are of being friends of the same age, and how they treat them, the younger members. And overall, I always find it interesting. And so the dynamic between Yejun and Noah, I feel like they are just like, we're just chill, we're same age friends. um nothing to it, just I mean it's so hard to explain, because they've always been friends, right? So they've always been friends, so we don't see their friendship like change or like develop as they become Plave members. But I mean, they definitely do develop their friendship after becoming Plave, because they definitely hang out with each other way more as Plave than they did in the past, right? So surely their friendship did develop, but overall I still see them as like the same old good friends, how they were before debut, even until now, 2 years into debut, totally still like acting the same of their friendship. And so I don't think much about it. They just feel like really old good friends. And it shows whenever they do live streams together. They clearly show they know each other well, and they make jokes about each other. It's very interesting. So I just see them as just plain friends like that. I mean, I feel the same way with them with Pambi and Uno, given they've known each other since they were kids. So I feel like with Yejun and Noah, I can't remember if they ever said when did they first meet each other, but I feel like they first met each other after adults, if that makes sense. While Pambi and Uno, but when they talk about their past together, it feels like they've known each other before becoming adults. So I don't know how young they were when they first met each other, but definitely before they were adults. And then with Yejun and Noah, felt like they became friends after becoming adults. So in a sense, I'll make another video when I could talk about Bombi and Uno, what I think about their friendship. But definitely their friendship, because of knowing each other for such a long time, even though they're not the same age, but I do feel like their friendship, because they've known each other for so long, feels almost the same level as how it is with Yejun and Noah. They're the same age, they've known each other for a long time, and they're just chill. They're just chill with each other, and they know each other very well, and that's it. And so I can't say much about their dynamic with each other. It just always feels the same anytime when I see them hang out with each other, and I enjoy it, because I like to see there are members in the group where they've been familiar with each other for a long time, and we don't see them like go through a period of trying to get to know each other and stuff like that. But each of it has their own charms. I still really enjoyed seeing the development of all the other members when they first got to know each other, and how it grew, and then seeing other members where they've known each other for such a long time and we don't see any development. So I always find that interesting. And so here are my favorite things that I have seen from Noah and Yejun's live stream together. So I've talked about this in the Pambi Hamin video, where they do Just Dance together, and the reason they do it is because after Yejun and Noah do it, and so after they do it, then they say, hey, make Pambi and Hamin do this because it's so difficult. So every time when I see this of them struggling dancing to Rasputin, it cracks me up. So we cannot hear it because I'm scared of getting a copyright strike on it, but it is too funny. It is too funny how they start off going about it like this. And so I find it very interesting when any of their old videos has English subtitles. I don't know how good it is, but given I can't hear it, but so far if it looks okay, they're the English subtitles here, right? And so they go about it, and so they pick the song Rasputin because the fans tell them that's like most popular, and like you should do Rasputin because it's most popular, and they have no idea, how difficult or easy it will be, but they're just like, oh, okay, since it's popular, let's do it. So they go about doing it, right? They don't know what's gonna happen. They're going about it, all right. So let's just see, let's just see them be silly of in their development. Like even though we can't hear sound, I hope that you can see clearly by their body language when they start struggling. And also, yeah, we could read the subtitles at least. So they go about, they say, oh, what is this? So they're like, okay, so far so good, right? Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, nothing special, right. Okay, and then I think this is when they start struggling. It's like, wait a minute. Someone said I'm tired. Oh no, I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, it's only been a minute. How can you be sweating already? Oh my gosh, I wish we could hear it. It would be more funny if we hear it, but oh my gosh. They're so silly. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. So they keep going. Okay, yeah. I think yeah. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna keep going, but definitely they're gonna show more struggle in 1 second. So here's the thing. I've danced to this, to see if it's really that difficult. So I dance to this, and I go about it, to the best of my ability. I personally don't think it's that difficult. And I swear I'm not that fit of a person. So I honestly don't know why they were struggling so much. Like, I want to believe they're more fit than me, but I don't know. Maybe they're not as fit as me. I don't know. But I was really surprised when I did it myself, and it's really not that difficult, in my opinion. So anyways, we saw the subtitles. I'm getting tired. Yeah, so they're getting tired. Yeah, we can clearly see how they were, clearly see them struggling now. Okay, how long are we gonna do this? Oh yeah, and then they mess up on the controller. Yeah, and then it starts again. Okay. but I find it so fascinating. Like so I'll talk about like their bios in future videos, but we don't know how old they are. I mean, they do say what year they're born, but they're aliens, and they say every year on their birthday we never age, so they do have a birth year, but that birth year is never going to change. So like we can think of them as like forever in their 20s or forever in their 30s. I don't know. We can guess what age range they could be, but I mean, based on how they virtually look like, I say we can safely say they will forever look like they're in their 20s. I feel like that's how their virtual appearance looks like. So just think of that. Even though the real person, we don't know how old they are, but we can maybe assume they're probably struggling a bit, whatever their real age is, if they can't do this very well. That's my opinion. In my opinion. And so when I see this, I'm like, maybe they're not as young as we think they are, but it's okay. It's okay. But I'm sure there are people in their 20s that can struggle with Just Dance as well. And so anyways, they're so lucky they get to take a break because they messed up with holding the controllers and what's the word, got a pause in the game. But I remember them saying, oh my gosh, thank goodness we can take a break, because they were really getting tired. But I think they're only halfway of this song, and I'm like, guys, halfway and you're struggling this much? I really wonder, why were they so unfit at this time? I swear I'm not a fit person, and this Just Dance Rasputin is really not that difficult to me. So anyways. So I think their comments after finishing the dance is really funny. So I think that one we can listen, should be fine. And so just for now, just see what they went through. Oh my gosh, this is when they're like, no way, there's no way we can do this. And so like, yeah, I think they have weak thighs. That's probably what's making them be tired the most. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that translation is correct, what we saw in the subtitles. I don't think that's correct, but anyways, so I think they have weak thighs and they need to improve on their thighs. So I would like to hope 2 years later they're improving on it. I sure hope so. But yeah, please watch this live stream and see how much they struggle through it. It's hilarious. And look, I'm surprised their ratings. I see a lot of perfect in there, isn't that? I don't know how they're getting perfect a lot. But all that matters is the motion. It doesn't matter if you're struggling. If you're doing the motion correctly, you will get perfect scores. So anyways, it's so funny. We can clearly see they're struggling. And it's so different from Pombi and Hamin, right? If you guys saw the Pombi Hamin of them doing Just Dance, they never look this tired. Never, ever, ever look this tired. And I'm not on a diet, or maybe they say I feel like I'm on a diet. Okay. It's gonna end soon. Okay. They have to do this finishing move. They're struggling. They really struggle. I remember they really struggle. Okay, finally it's over. Okay, now we can listen to it. So they're clearly tired.
나 마지막에 욕할 뻔했다. 내가 이겼지. 왔어. 내가 이겼어. 잠깐만. 욕할 뻔했어.
So what Yejun means by that is like I almost swore. Like I was about to swear, like he was about to say a bad word because it was so tiring.
잠깐만. 여러분 잠깐만요. 잠깐만. 자, 웬만해서 이런 얘기 안 하는데 오늘 끝나고 맥주 한잔 해야 될 것 같아요.
I need a beer. It's so funny. I've never heard Yejun say that before either, and he's like, I usually don't say this, but I need a beer.
이유가 뭐야? 이게 제일 유명해서? 그러니까 이거 지금 유명한 이유가 있네.
I'm sorry, but this is really not a difficult dance. So it fascinates me that they are so tired, and he's sweating a lot, and his shirt is ripping up. I get at this time their tech was not as good, but still their tech was pretty good. But yeah, his shirt was breaking.
이 정도는 괜찮잖아. 오케이. 내가 이겼다 근데 봤지?
And then Noah's like, I won. He's like bragging about winning. Oh my gosh. And then Noah starts coughing.
예준을 이겼어요. 그래. 아니 예정이 없던 거라서 나 이럴 줄 알았으면 몸도 풀었지.
It makes me really wonder how their real life health is. Like why are they really this unfit? It cracks me up. It's like they ran a marathon. Are you kidding me? Rasputin is not a marathon. Like I really wonder why were they so unfit 2 years ago. But I hope surely they're a lot more fit now. I really hope so. But it just really cracks me up. And so that is the story of them doing Just Dance and thinking Hamin and Bambi would struggle too, but no, they did not struggle. And so I really enjoyed this live stream of them. And then another one I liked of them, this was from when did they do this? September 21st, 2023. So this live stream, oh sorry, hold on. So I'm losing my mind 1 second. Okay, but I don't think that showed up. Okay, so for this live stream, it was originally supposed to be only Noah and Bambi supposed to do this live stream. But sadly, Bambi was not feeling too good, and he was thinking he was well enough to do the live stream, but they were like, no, you are not well enough. You need to go home. And so they tell him to go home, and last minute ask Yejun to come and do the live stream. And thankfully, Yejun was available to come do it last minute, and so that's really nice of him. And yeah, so these things happen, and so this turned into only a live stream of Noah and Yejun. And so this game that they're gonna play, it was originally supposed to be Noah and Bambi do this game together, and it makes me so curious how would they have done this game together. But I think it turned out more cute to see Yejun and Noah do this game together, given they're longtime friends with each other. I feel like if Bambi played it, given Noah is older than Bambi, I feel like Noah would have like bossed him around a lot, and then maybe Bambi would like get annoyed of like Noah bossing him around. That's what I imagine would happen. I kind of wish we can see Noah and Bambi play this game and see what would have happened, but sadly we will not. But instead we see Yejun and Noah play it together, and so I don't think Noah is very bossy when it comes to Yejun. I mean, given Yejun is the leader of Plave, and without Yejun, Noah wouldn't be in Plave either. So I feel like in some sense Noah gives some respect to Yejun as a friend, but also as a leader in Plave. And so when they do this teamwork game together, they really go about it just as like two friends. No one's really bossing each other around. I feel like they really did such good teamwork. And so when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's so sweet to see. It was just really just a very chill time, just seeing them figure out this game together and to go through these obstacles as this tied up rope penguin team together. But I think this game is so adorable, and I think we could hear audio should be okay. And yeah, I'm also surprised it has English subtitles. I'm always surprised, but it's not perfect English subtitles, but it's good enough so that I don't have to translate for you guys. So yeah, so they have to go through these obstacles as this rope tied penguin team. And they kind of know the basis of the game, but they learn later of like certain things to do, and like I think it's so cute when they learn these things. So they have to learn like how to like, you know, one penguin has to squat, or like a penguin like pulls up the rope to pull him up. So they learn these things as they, and squatting to like, they do that to they do it later. And so it's really adorable the way they teamwork about this. And I've watched this a couple of times just because I think it's just so cute. It's so cute, like, you know, they get excited when they complete certain things. But then they also like are like, you know, struggling together. So it never feels frustrating seeing them teamwork together. And so I just find that very unique, that only it would happen with them two together, Yejun and Noah, being such same age and long time friends, that they can cooperate together pretty well. But yeah, I there are so many cute points when they play this game. But yeah, when they every time when they get excited, it's so cute to me. And so they had to figure out how to do this like swinging motion. So one penguin has to squat, and then the other penguin has to swing and then fly over to the, yeah. So they try. Come on, Noah, come on. But it takes him a while to figure this out. Come on, you can do it. Come on. He said he can't do it. Come on. So he struggles a lot. Okay, he struggles, but they eventually do it. Come on, come on. They'll figure it out. Come on. Finally. I really like how excited they get every time they accomplish something. But then there's another cute part when they figure out this flag thing. It's like, oh, what is this flag thing? I guess I can dance. So Noah's like, oh, I guess it's like some kind of dancing, and then they figure out it's actually, you know, for saving, you know, for yeah. So Noah's like, what is this? It's a dance. He's like, oh, what is this? Huh? And then it just comes back, but they didn't figure out that it's supposed to be saving you. Oh no, he did figure it out. Okay. Yeah, but I thought it was so cute. He's like, oh look, I'm doing a dance. He figures out later that is saving, but they don't really figure it out yet, because I remember later they figure out later the flag thing. Yeah, see, they fell, and so they should do the rescue thing, which takes you back to the flag, but they don't they haven't figured it out yet, so they go through this again. They figure it out later. Yeah, so they go through this again. Yeah, and then they go through this. Okay, but finally, I think someone told them, like do the dance thing. Okay, no one told them yet. Okay, here. Finally, so do the dance. And then now they figure it out. No, it's so funny. You should have told us sooner. So funny. So I really think it's so funny, just their reaction to everything. It's so adorable. Yeah, and then they put the flag here so that when they fall, they would come back to there. So now they figured out how to do the save points. and then yeah, they figure out the climbing thing. I forgot what was another thing that was cute.
자, 하나, 둘, 셋.
Oh, that's right. Anytime they fall, they're like, "Oh no!" and then just do the flag, the dance again. Yeah, it's so funny. Anytime they attempt these things, but after a while, when they finally got to a point where it's like, hey, I think we need to cheat, not cheat, but there's a way in this game where like you can never fall, but and I think they wait until a certain time when it got too difficult. Hold on, I wonder when does it start. Okay, they go up, they do by themselves for a really long time.
간다.
But yeah, they finally like get the hang of it at some point, and it's really nice to see. It's so adorable, right? It's really nice to see their teamwork, and then when they get so excited, so adorable. So I really like seeing them, be this, I don't know, this passionate and supportive. It's very, very cute.
나이스. 앉아. 올라갑니다.
Okay, here they cheat. So do you see, like, they can forever keep jumping and never fall down. So when so once they finally get to this, and then they get all the way to the end, they're like, let's keep going and see how far we can go. And yeah, they keep going, and they get all the way to the end. They complete the game, but technically kind of cheating, right? But yeah, they're so proud of themselves. But yeah, I'm glad they had fun. So funny.
멋있다. 우리 합의하고 좋았어요.
So funny. So, and then I forgot what they do in the rest. Oh yeah, they just start talking. But I can't remember anything interesting. Yeah, I can't remember. These are the only things I can remember that I really enjoyed of Yejun and Noah's live stream together. And so I'll talk about another time, what I like or not like about, I'll definitely go through each member, all my things to say about them, and why Noah and Yejun are at my bottom two. But I already explained, I'm just not into their personalities, unlike the other guys, but I still like them. They crack me up. I think Yejun and Noah make me laugh the most. If I really think they do. I mean, all the members make me laugh, but I feel like they're the funniest to me. So I really like how entertaining they are, but their personalities, I like it, but I'm just not super into it compared to the other guys. But I just think of them as like they're just very fun friends. They are definitely the backbone of Play, the two oldest members, and Yejun is the guy who started Play, as we know. So I do feel like they are the cornerstone in some sense of Play, and so I really do like seeing that about them. And yeah, and the thing is, I like Yejun and Noah, how they interact with the other guys more than how I like to see them interact, just the both of them. Just they're so like plain and normal. I mean, that's just the way I see them. They're so plain and normal. They're just cute, and that's it. They're fine. But the same way I think about them, the same way I think of Pambi and Uno, whenever I get to that video, I'll totally like talk about it the same way. And so yeah, I just feel like when they've known each other for so long, it's just so plain and normal. I can't really say more to it than just like I'm really glad to see that they are such good friends, and like they like each other so much that they would ask each other to be in the group. I think that says a lot. And so that really already like solidified to me that you guys are already such good friends that you would even want to bring them into your group and like become a group together. I think that already says a lot, given that they've known each other for so long. Like they could have asked any longtime friend, right? Like they could have asked anyone, but they pick these friends to be a group with. That shows already that they're already like really close friends to begin with, that they would want to do it. And so I do think that also translates to why Play, they all get along so well already with the people they've known each other for so long. But it still attests to their dynamic, that even with the new people that they bring in, and like the guys when they meet each other for the first time and they still get along so well. I don't know, I think it shows that all people, like if you are friends of friends, like you can all get along really well in some sense. I feel like that just translates completely into Play. And so I'm just really glad that all five guys, from however way they are connected and got together,
that they all get along really really well, and so I can't wait to talk more about the other guys, and how I like the duos with each guy. And so I'll go through all the pairings as soon as I can. And so yeah, I just wanted to end on this note. So now that I've talked about all five guys, but there are still more pairings I need to talk about. But yeah, I'm glad to finally get Yejun and Noah done with. And so all five guys I've talked about, and more another time. But the thing is, I have to admit, sorry, this is not about play, but this is about my physical condition. I started making these videos today because I'm injured and I can't do anything, and making these videos has really made me feel better. It is so crazy. I swear my injury feels so much better right now. And so I'm not sure, it could be a mental thing, that's helping me feel better, because I do think stress has played a part in my injury. And so me making these videos and talking about the Plave guys this way, like, it's relaxed me so much, and my injury feels so much better. But I can still feel the injury, but wow, I feel so much better than how I was a few hours ago. So we'll see if I can make more videos later. But if I'm feeling back to normal, I have to finish a lot of work and stuff, and so you probably won't see me make more videos anytime soon. But if I'm still injured or sick, you'll hear from me again. So I think that's gonna be the trend now. That's when you'll see me again, if I'm sick or injured. But wish me good luck that my injury will heal in no time. And I'll hopefully be able to make more videos when I finish all my work, and in good condition. But we'll see. We'll see. I really would like to finish talking about each pairing, though. That would be nice. Oh, and also, yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, their pairing names. So Yejun and Noah, they're the oldest members in Play, so they go by the duo name Mat Hyungji. So Mat Hyungji just means like oldest brothers, from a male perspective. There's different ways to say an older brother if you're a female or male, but from a male perspective, you will call them Hyung for older brother, and so they're called Mat Hyungji for oldest brothers in the group. But then they also have a name that's called Mat Tangju, I think. Mat Tangju, yeah. So they're also called Mat Tangju because it sounds like Mat Hyungji, but then Mat Tang is a type of food that's like sweet potatoes. I think it's like sweet potatoes in honey. And so because it sounds like Ma Hyungji, so then they also make that name of calling them sweet potatoes, basically, since it sounds the same as older brothers. So those are the only two names that I know of them. And personally for me, I like to call them Ma Tangji because that's just easier for me to say, but also I think it's really cute to call them sweet potatoes as well. But usually I think it's more standard to call them Mat Hyungji because it's literally they are the oldest brothers in the group. So that's all their duo names that I am familiar with. I feel like there was more, but my memory is failing me. But yeah, those are the only two that I'm aware of. But if there's ever more, if anyone ever wants to leave comments on my videos, if there's any more information that I didn't say and you want to tell me, please tell me, because yeah, my memory could be failing me. And so I finished this video in about 30 minutes. And yeah, that's not bad. I thought I would do shorter than 30 minutes, but 30 minutes for the pairing, for the two guys that I'm not like super into compared to the other guys, but 30 minutes for them. I'm proud of myself. I'm glad that I had a lot to say about them. So anyways, but I swear I do like them. I do like them. I just don't like them as much as the other members. But once I can talk more about Yejun and Noah specifically, I look forward to talk about them at that time. And so thank you for watching, listening, and I will I don't know, just wish me good luck on my health and injury, and I will return when I'm able to return. So until next time.